Hello, Almaden Valley. Where is the inventory? Oh my gosh, we are in a very interesting market. Stay tuned for more information. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with homeownerexperience.com, your local San Jose, California realtor. Today we're going to talk about the real estate market specifically in Almaden Valley. It has got some crazy low inventory and some really strong sales that are maintaining the market to be much stronger than typical for this time of year. So let's jump right into the computer and dig into the data. Okay, here is the Almaden Valley metrics for the month of November with closed data through October 2020. So the average price has been hanging on pretty good. It's up just 0.4%, tiny amount. There is a huge increase in the number of sales, and that's because last month I talked about that boom in pending sales. So we're having a really good, strong market in Almaden Valley. Typically this time of year, we would really see a softening, especially in October, but that's not happened yet. We are still selling over asking about 2.7% on average just due to the lack of supply and a really strong demand. The sales, we had 39 units closed, and that's the highest number of sales in Almaden since June 2018. And last month I talked about the record number of pending sales, so that makes sense. But can you believe that? That's been 2.5 years. We haven't seen that many sales in 1 month, and it happened in October. Pretty crazy. So here's an overview of the market in Almaden since 2015. You can take a look at the prices. Our peak here in June 2019 is getting close, but not quite there yet. The prices had really softened latter 2018 and 2019 and started to see a nice slow gradual increase in 2020. What's really interesting to note is the pending sales have been very strong and the closed sales have been very strong, much more so than the previous years, especially this far shifted to the right or the latter half of the year. And we had a couple peaks of pending sales, and even though pending sales are down slightly in October, they are still extremely strong for October. If you look at these yellow bars, those are highlighting August, September, and October months of the last 3 years. And you can tell that normally prices would be decreasing, where we're actually seeing the opposite. Normally inventory, the yellow line, would be decreasing and pending sales would be decreasing and sales would be pretty low or less. And look at the sales here. We're pretty much in line with 2018 and 2019, and 2020 we are like leaps and bounds above those number of sales, as you can see. And the inventory is just really extremely low. We haven't really seen that except for a few Januaries and the latter part of 2017. So it is just quite a different market here in Almaden, and I see a lot of people wanting to get in, and those sales numbers sure show it. So October inventory has dropped again, and the pending sales, as I mentioned on the chart, are down, while inventory is also down 11%. So the sales price to list price ratio is 102.7%, and the demand is still really strong. The inventory is like the dead middle of winter or January, and yet sales are really strong. So we just can't keep anything on the shelves, if you will. Houses are moving really quickly. 69% of the homes available for sale are in contract, slightly down from last month of 71%. So I do think with the October pending sales, the market is starting to soften a tad bit, but I think a lot of that actually has to do with the inventory because the demand is so strong. Just a couple weeks ago in Almaden, I had a buyer make an offer on a property over by Williams Elementary, and it was just 1,800 square feet, so nothing big and crazy, but it had 24 offers, believe it or not. So I think there's plenty of buyers out there shopping right now. They just can't find the houses and they're fighting over them. So we need inventory. So if you are thinking about selling, you really should consider this time of the year, because we are having a record market. Increased sales, very low inventory, and there's a lot of young buyers wanting to move into Almaden Valley. So it is a great time to sell your property. It is a difficult time to buy, but there are reasons why families do want to move into Almaden Valley. So check out next my neighborhoods playlist for Almaden Valley specifically, or talk about the best time to sell. I have a video specifically on that gives you a little bit more general information to consider when thinking about when to sell your house. Thanks for watching.